Welcome to the installation, commissioning and operation guide of CJ19 Capacitor Contactor. Before starting, please disconnect the power supply and wear insulated gloves and protective goggles. Prepare wire crimping pliers, wire stripping pliers, wires of appropriate specifications, wire noses, manual hexagon screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, insulating gloves, and a multimeter. Before starting installation, please read the instructions carefully, check whether the model of the capacitor contactor is consistent with the intended working conditions, and select a suitable installation location. The technique to installation is to align the bottom of the capacitor contactor with the upper edge of the ding rail, and then press the lower end of the contactor to ensure that the capacitor contactor is correctly inserted into the ding rail. It can also be installed with screws. If you need to remove the capacitor contactor, use a flathead screwdriver to press the ding rail stopper, lift the bottom of the capacitor contactor to separate it from the ding rail, and then tilt it forward at a certain angle to remove it. Before starting the wiring steps, ensure to select wires with the appropriate cross-sectional area based on the product's current rating, as recommended in the instruction. When wiring the primary circuit, use wire strippers to strip 15 mm of the copper wire, making sure the exposed copper wire is of moderate length. When wiring the coil and secondary circuit, use wire strippers to carefully strip 9 to 11 mm of the copper wire to ensure that the length of the exposed copper wire is appropriate. Use wire crimping pliers to crimp the wire nose to the end of the copper wire to ensure the reliability of the connection. For CJ19 regard 1L1 3L2 and 5L3 as the primary circuit incoming terminals, and connect them to the upper circuit breaker. 2T1, 4T2 and 6T3 are the primary circuit output terminals, connected to the capacitor. The secondary contacts are wired according to the requirements of normal open or normal close. A1 and A2 are the coil terminals, connected to the NWK1 capacitor controller. Finally, use the electric torque screwdriver to tighten wires of the primary circuit, the secondary circuit and the coil. The wiring task is complete when you complete these steps. The coil should be supplied with a rated control power voltage before the primary circuit is not energized. The coil can be put into use only after the test action is reliable. After powering on, use a multimeter to perform a continuity test on the AC contactor, to verify that it is working properly. Refer to the troubleshooting guide if a problem is encountered. We will cover the diagnostics and troubleshooting steps for several common faults, such as the capacitor contactor not operating or operating unreliably. For more information, please visit our official website.